respond to each of the following situations. A friend asks how you feel about an important English test you have next week. I wish I knew more English words. A friend asks you if you had a good weekend. You enjoyed the weekend, but you think you wasted a lot of time. I enjoyed the weekend, but I wish I hadn't wasted so much time. One of your friends is very busy. You would like to help him or her. Is there anything I can do to help? A friend asks you what kinds of books you enjoy reading. I'm very keen on historical novels. Mention the place, the speakers, and the language function. 1. Please unpack your baggage. With pleasure. Everything is okay, but this camera has to be text. This mini dialogue could happen in an airport. Speaker A is a customs officer. Speaker B is a traveler. And the language function is a request. 2. I'd like to post this letter. Where to, sir? USA, please. This mini dialogue could happen in a post office. Speaker A is a customer. Speaker B is an official. And the function is a request. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. I'm sorry, I didn't space you. You look completely different. I didn't recognize you. Most secondary school teachers space in 1 or 2 subjects. It's specialized. Experiments are used to test scientific space. The correct answer is theirs. We'll space my brother's birthday next weekend. The correct answer is celebrating. My favorite space when I play football is goalkeeper. The correct answer is position. I wish I spaced what I was doing at the weekend. The correct answer is no. My sister wishes she spaced harder when she was at school. The correct answer is had worked. The children were covered in sand. They spaced on the beach. It had been playing. By the time we arrived home, we spaced over 500 kilometers. The correct answer is had traveled. I expect to space my driving test when I take it next year. The answer is to pass. Find the mistake in each of the following sentences, then write them correctly. 1. It was nearly midnight by the time he has finished his homework last night. The mistake is has, and it should be had. 2. She's very hungry when the rescue team found her. She had eaten nothing for nearly 3 days. The mistake is, and the correction is was. 3. If only they write more quickly. The mistake is write, and it should be wrote. I wish there's something I could do to keep fit. The mistake is and it should be were or was. 5. She has decided studying medicine when she goes to university. The mistake is studying and the correction is to study. 6. My sister suggested to go to the zoo at the weekend. The mistake is to go and it should be going. Translation. Translate into Arabic. We now know that plants and trees make their own food. Their leaves are like factories producing everything they need, so that plants can change the energy from the sun into chemical energy. نعلم الآن أن النباتات والأشجار تنتج غذائها بنفسها، فأغصانها مثل المصانع تنتج ما تحتاج إليه، بحيث تستطيع النباتات تحويل الطاقة المستمدة من الشمس إلى طاقة كيميائية. Translate into English. 1. كانت مرهقة لأنها كانت واقفة طوال اليوم في عملها. She was exhausted because she had been standing all day at her work. 2. يؤسفنا أن نخبركم أن الاحتفالية لن تقام هذا العام. We are sorry to inform you that the celebration won't be held this year. Respond to each of the following situations. A friend asks you why you enjoy sport. Name 2 reasons. Firstly, it keeps me fit. And secondly, I like being with my friends. Warn your friend who is about to cross the road because there's a car coming very fast. Watch out. Your brother is not working hard enough at school. You think he will get very low marks. Warn him. If you don't work harder, you'll get low marks. A friend asks you whether you think people will continue to explore space in the future. Yes, I'm sure they'll continue. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. My parents have always spaced me to keep fit by playing sports. The correct answer is encouraged. When you pass your test, you'll get a driving space. The correct answer is license. He doesn't want to live a space life. He would prefer excitement. The correct answer is convention. Their television space is very dirty. The correct answer is screen. Space books are used to be very cheap. The correct answer is paperback. Florence Nightingale Space was born in Italy, went to school in England. The correct answer is who? My uncle went to a school in London. Space, he learned to speak English. The correct answer is where. I went to the bank this morning. Space, I needed to take out some money. The correct answer is because. I felt really tired today. Space, I went to bed early last night. The correct answer is although. I hope that by the end of next week, our roof will have been space. The correct answer is repaired. Find the mistake in each of the following sentences, then write them correctly. Queen Victoria, whose husband Albert died in 1861, lived until 1901. The mistake is who, and it should be whose. The town which I was born is in the northeast of the country. The mistake is which, and it should be where. Mustafa was happy despite he came third in the race. The mistake is he came, and it should be common. On here, the good news, Iman found her parents. The mistake is here, and it should be here. We won't be tell the results of the test until the day after tomorrow. The mistake is tell, and it should be told. Scientists believe that by 2020, a replacement for oil will have found. The mistake is have found, and it should be have been found. Translation. Translate into Arabic. In the 8th century, Arab travelers who traded with China learned how to make paper. At first, paper was very expensive because it was made from cotton, but later it was produced from wood and so became much cheaper. في القرن الثامن تعلم التجار العرب الذين تاجروا مع الصين كيفية صناعة الورق. ففي البداية كان الورق غالي جدا لأنه كان يصنع من القطن، ولكنه أصبح أقل ثمنا فيما بعد عندما أنتج من الخشب. Translate into English. 1. لا يزال عملها الذي أخذ جزءا كبيرا من حياتها مقدرا اليوم. Her work, which had taken up much of her personal life, is still appreciated today. 2. عندما استيقظت إيمان في الصباح الباكر رأت الجو ممطرا. On waking up early in the morning, Iman saw that it was raining. Mention the place, the speakers, and the language function. 1. You're working very hard at this evening, Ali. I've got an important test tomorrow. Well, don't go to bed too late. You shouldn't be tired for your test. This mini dialogue could happen at home. Speaker A is a parent, speaker B is a son, and the function here is giving advice. 2. Good morning. Have you ever worked as a receptionist? Good morning, sir. Unfortunately, it's the first time to apply for that job. This mini dialogue could happen at a hotel. Speaker A is a manager, speaker B is an applicant, and the language function here is interviewing somebody. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. My cousin is very space. She loves meeting and talking to new people. The correct answer is sociable. People understand what I'm saying when I speak Spanish, but I'm not space. The correct answer is fluent. The girl tried to space me to lend her my phone, but I refused. The answer is persuade. One of the supermarkets in our town has 25 space. The correct answer is employees. The school space every student with books, so you don't have to buy any yourself. The correct answer is provides. Aisha's parents asked her space. She had finished her homework. The correct answer is if. My friend's parents have invited me space on holiday with them next year. The correct answer is to go. Ali's doctor advised space to stay at home if he was feeling ill. The correct answer is him. If it isn't too hot tomorrow, I space go swimming. The correct answer is might. They space be at school by 8 o'clock every day. School starts at 8. The correct answer is have to. Find the mistake in each of the following sentences, then write them correctly. My friend asked me if had I enjoyed reading the book she had lent me. The mistake is had I, and it should be I had. Parents often warn their children to not cross the road without looking. The mistake is to not, and it should be not to. I don't expect them arriving yet. They're often late. The mistake is arriving, and the correct answer is to arrive. You can buy the clothes in some supermarkets now. The mistake is buying, and it should be buy. If you couldn't see what you want in a shop, you should ask an assistant. The mistake is couldn't, and it should be can't. You must remember to post this letter. It's very important. The mistake is must, and it should be have. Translation. Translate into Arabic. To remain employable, individuals must be good at the jobs they are doing and predict what skills they may need in the future. In today's world, lifelong learning helps people to get these skills. يتوجب على الأفراد كي يظلوا صالحين للتوظيف أن يكونوا جيدين فيما يقومون به من أعمال، وأن يتنبأوا بالمهارات التي قد يحتاجونها في المستقبل، حيث يساعد التعلم المستمر في عالم اليوم الناس على اكتساب هذه المهارات. Translate into English. 1. سألتها عن الجامعة التي كانت تدرس بها. I asked her about the university she has been to. إذا كنت أريد أن أبدأ هذا العام فعلي أن أتقدم بأوراقي قبل نهاية الأسبوع القادم. If I want to start this year, I have to apply by the end of the next week. Respond to each of the following situations. A friend asks you the time of the next lesson. The next lesson is at 9:30. Someone asks you to predict tomorrow's weather. I think it will be nice. Your parents ask what you have planned to do at the weekend. I think I'm going to travel with my friends to Alexandria. A friend asks what exams you have this year. I have science and math exams. Mention the place, the speakers, and the language functions. 1. Good morning. Can I help you? Yes, it's my father's birthday soon. I'd like to buy him a book. This mini dialogue could happen in or at a bookshop. Speaker A is a salesman. Speaker B is a customer. And the language function here is a request. 2. Is it alright to send the applicants in, sir? Okay, I'm ready to see the applicants now. This mini dialogue could happen in a company. Speaker A is a secretary. Speaker B is a manager. And the language function here may be taken permission. 3. The car's engine is making a strange noise. Could you check it, please? I'll be with you in a minute. This mini dialogue could happen at the mechanics. Speaker A is a customer or a car owner. Speaker B is a mechanic, and the language function here is a request. 4. Can you turn the television on for me, please, Ali? Okay, Mom. This mini dialogue could happen at home. Speaker A is a mother. Speaker B is a son, and the language function here is a request. Choose the correct answer. Millions of people watched the rocket space on TV. The answer is launch. The medicine I'm taking is wonderful. It has no side space. The correct answer is effects. My brother and I are not twins, but we are very space. The correct answer is alike. Coal and oil are two kinds of fossil space. The correct answer is fuels. Electricity is produced in a space station. The correct answer is a power station. I expect space you at the weekend. The correct answer is I'll see. The film space at 7:30 this evening. The correct answer is starts. How space times have you seen that film? The correct answer is many. The distance from here to Cairo, space 2 kilometers. The correct answer is. In some places, wood, space to heat people's homes. The correct answer is burned. 10 million pounds, space a lot of money. The correct answer is. A lot of projects space out by the government every year. The correct answer is are correct. Our post space every morning at about 9 o'clock. The correct answer is delivered. I space for a week. The correct answer is will probably be away. My uncle has a space car. It has a lot of electronic devices. The correct answer is smart. We need more laws to stop people from space the environment. The correct answer is polluting. This matter is space being discussed. The correct answer is currently. Her space in life was to work with the homeless. The correct answer is mission. There was a space in the gas pipe. The correct answer is leak. Politics space not one of my interests. The correct answer is. Find the mistake in each of the following sentences, then write them correctly. I've decided that I'm doing more exercise in the future. The mistake is doing, and it should be going to do. It's a really good film. I'm sure you enjoy it. The mistake is enjoy, and it should be will enjoy. 30 kilometers are a long way to walk in hot weather. The mistake is are, and it should be is. Millions of cars produced by Japanese companies. The mistake is produced, and it should be are produced. Electricity is produced in energy stations. The mistake is energy, and it should be power. Do you like an orange? No, I prefer green. The mistake is an, and it should be cancelled or omitted. They are not different. They are unlike. The mistake is unlike, and it should be alike. My physics lesson is starting at 9:30. The mistake is starting, and it should be starts. It's arranged. We travel to Honolulu. The mistake is travel, and it should be are traveling. Do you play tennis after school today? The mistake is do you play, and it should be are you going to play. Respond to each of the following situations. A friend suggests going to the theater tonight. You are not sure. I'm not sure whether I can go with you. You and your friend are free today. You suggest something. What about going to the cinema? Your friend asks you about the best way to improve his or her English. I think you ought to listen to native speakers and practice more. Your teacher's angry because you didn't do your homework. Apologize given a reason. I'm sorry, but I was so tired yesterday. Mention the place, the speakers, and the language function. 1. Could you tell me the way to the Cairo Tower, please? Yes. Cross the road here, take the first road to the right, and the tower is at the end of that road. This mini dialogue could happen in the street. Speaker A is a tourist, speaker B is a pedestrian, and the function here is asking for direction. 2. My job isn't well paid. What do you think I should do? I think you should look for another job. We need more money to send the kids to a good school. This mini dialogue could happen at home between speaker A is a husband and speaker B is a wife, and the function here is asking for advice. 3. We have to give our English homework in today, don't we? Yes, I know, but I forgot my copybook. This mini dialogue could happen at school. Speaker A is a student, speaker B is a student, and the function here is confirming information. 4. You are getting fat, Ahmed. Why don't you join a sports club? That sounds nice. I'd really like to lose weight. This mini dialogue could happen in a cafe between a friend and speaker B is another friend, and the function here is giving advice. Choose the correct answer. Too much sun can be spaced. The correct answer is harmful. We spaced on the door 3 times, but they didn't hear us. The correct answer is knocked. Nurses are part of the medical space. Profession. I get on well with all my space at work, but they aren't close friends. Colleagues. The accident space at 8 o'clock when everyone was on their way to work occurred. It took him 2 months to space from fever. Recuperate. 2 young women were trying to space money for a charity. Raise. His new car spaced a lot of money. I'm sure about that. Must have cost. They space out because all the windows are open. Can't have gone. What you are saying, space. I don't believe it. Can't be true. I've spaced all my money in that company. Invested. There has been a space increase in prices in the last few weeks. Massive. Our country needs a strong economic space. Base. The small statue was spaced out of marble. Carved. These big windows give good space. Illumination. Mona asked if things spaced out differently for Ahmed. Had turned. Do you think I'd be here if I space a choice? Had. If I space you, I'd put the money in the bank right away. Where? Space that you wanted to join the team, I'd have put your name on the list. Had I known. Space, there be any problems, contact me immediately. Should. Find the mistake in each of the following sentences, then write them correctly. If I was more time, I'd learn another language. The mistake is was, and it should be had. If metal gets hot, it expanded. The mistake is expanded, and it should be expands. Unless my work improved, I lose the job. The mistake is lose, and it should be would lose. He couldn't answer any of the questions on the test. He must have studied well. The mistake is must, and it should be can't. I must have left my purse in the shop. I'm not certain. The mistake is must, and it should be may. What about go shopping this afternoon? The mistake is go, and it should be going. I asked him where had he been all morning. The mistake is had he, and it should be he had. Have something to eat. You can't be hungry. The mistake is can't, and it should be must. You can do that. It's forbidden. The mistake is can, and it should be can't. She told me where was the station. The mistake is where was the station, and it should be where the station was. Thanks for listening. With Nafham, learn easily and simply.